Oh,
That little video down.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
The little box. Click over more on the
you're
camera.
right. Okay, here we go, Independence Mustang Wrestling fans. This is Jason Lang. We're back here at the Osage Duels, and we're starting this dual meet here against Kasson-Mantorville, team from Minnesota, and I believe they're ranked #1 in the state in Minnesota. They've been a solid team all the years they've been here at the Osage Duels. A lot of first and second place finishes, and probably mostly first place finishes in their time here at the Osage Duels. So Independence 4-0 in the day, and Kasson-Mantorville also 4-0 on the day. Still trying to get my internet to work so I can do a little bit better job of keeping track of who's on the mat. Oh, we got House going over with a chicken wing, and it's going to be a tough dual meet. There's a loss by fall, Seth House. Seth House had a tough day today. A lot of tough wrestlers throughout the day, so hats off to him taking his lumps here today. Okay, up here 152 now. At 152 we have Peyton Nolting step on the mat for Independence, gives up the first 2-point takedown. So second match of this dual meet. We're at 152, start at 145 with Seth House. And as I mentioned, this is going to be we're going to have our hands full this dual meet against Kasson-Mantorville. Really solid wrestling school, Minnesota. It's always kind of interesting to look at some of the wrestlers they have. They got a guy at 160 will be wrestling Jake Jewell unless we move people around. Kid at 160 wrestled Chase Straw last year and beat Chase Straw. And the young man from Minnesota is just a sophomore last year when he beat Chase Straw, and Chase Straw eventually, as we all know, Chase Straw ended up being a state champion in Class 2A in Iowa. And that particular wrestler, as of right now, is a 5-time state qualifier. In Minnesota, you can start qualifying for state as a 7th grader. And he has won 4 out of 5, I believe, at this point in time. But we're here at 152 right now. Once again, I think it's Ethan Shea out there. We're going to see if I can find the official track. All right, first period runs out. So it was at 145. It was Elijah Wilcox of Kasson, winning by fall in minute 3 over Seth House. Here at 52, Peyton Nolting on the mat against Ethan Shea. So that's where we're at right now. So we've got a 3-0 score as they go out of bounds, and now we're ready to go. Got all the computers working, and we can do a little bit better job of keeping up everything. There's a nice little shot by Peyton Nolting. Went to that outside single leg. He's got to get his head to the inside a little bit quicker. He shot across the body of that leg, and if you're going to do that, you got to get those knees hustling up and circling around that leg on that shot. So it's okay to kind of shoot across the body, but you've got to have a long sweep with your right leg. He shot across the body to his left. As soon as you get a hold of that leg, you've got to continue your hips and legs in a long, large sweeping motion around that leg so your opponent doesn't have a chance to get things all tied up. So 5-0, and now it looks like Shea with up over top with a possible cradle hooked up, but I think Peyton's fighting it off pretty good. Yeah, he got hand control and fought that off. So thought that was going to go the wrong direction there for a little bit. Now we're getting down maybe around 30 seconds in the first period. We're back in the gymnasium where I can't see the time, so kind of hard to do. Getting down around 10 seconds or so left in this second period here. Peyton Olting kind of holding his own. He's going to get a stall call and lose a point to his opponent. So 6-0 here with that stall call and loss of a point. 6-0. Peyton Olting down right now. And in this third period, he's going to go ahead and start up on his feet. Had a nice shot a little bit ago. Not quite able to finish it. Talked about how got to move those hips just a little bit better. Get circling. There's a single leg. Okay, could go. Oh, lost the elbow. Needed to keep hold of that elbow to. And Nolting gets the escape, and he's right back in on the leg again, and same result here. Now Peyton's got to be careful when he gets up out of that position. When his knees were on the mat, as soon as the opponent lets go of him, that's going to be probably an escape awarded. And really, his opponent there, if he'd have been maybe hustling a little bit more, could have just bulldozed right into us and picked up a fairly easy takedown. So you get in that position where your opponent's letting you up, you can't just assume he's going to not do anything once the escape is awarded and let you come back to your feet. You've got to circle out of that position, put a hand on the mat, circle out of that position, rather than just kind of digging your knees in and standing straight up. Because as soon as you put all your weight on your feet, that's when he's going to come after your legs and get probably a pretty easy takedown. Getting down around 40 seconds. Oh, there's a snap down and go behind by Shea of Kasson-Mantorville. And Nolting still hanging onto a leg. And the 2 points is awarded. So we go 12-2 now with that takedown. So a major decision. Major decision by Shea. And getting down to the final 15 or so seconds. Ethan Shea, a sophomore, he's 12-8 on the season. Elijah Wilcox was the first match, I believe. And Elijah Wilcox, that first match at 145, was a junior at 10-7. So Peyton Olting, a 12-2 loss here. So I had some good. Peyton's doing a nice job of getting in on the legs against maybe opponents that maybe aren't quite as skilled. He's just doing an outstanding job of getting in on those legs and making good things happen. Some of these tougher guys just gotta be able to get a little bit better position. There's a shuck by. This is from Kasson. I think his last name is Burge, I believe. Brady Burge, a junior. He's 23-0. I know as of last year he's ranked nationally. Jake Jewell gives up the first takedown and gets the escape. So 2-1 score. Jewell with a shot. Burge just kind of tucks the head, gets around behind, and I'm telling you, this Burge is really good. I know, as I mentioned, he beat Chase Straw last year, and Jake's going to have his hands full here. 4-1 score. 4-1 score right now in this match. Jake Jewell. Jake's just got to stay in good position. This is kind of one of those steel sharpened steel. Nice movement by Jake Jewell. If he can get that far ankle, he's going to get an escape. There's loss of control. Good job. Good little scramble by Jake. That was legit. Opponent let up a little bit and had a nice had a nice little scramble, nice little flurry to pick up that escape. So 4-2 score right now. And like I mentioned, this match like this, high crotch attempt by Burge. A match like this is called the steel sharpened steel. Jake Jewell ranked in the state of Iowa. I think he's number 6 right now. And we'll probably go a little bit higher here by the end of the season. Wrestled a tough match against the number 1 ranked wrestler from Osage, Tristan Johnson, earlier today. I believe that was a 6-3 decision. Now he's wrestling a, wow, nice shuck there by the wrestler from Kasson-Mantorville, Burge. Pretty smooth. So anyway, this is gonna, in the long run, in the bigger picture, this is just gonna help Jake get better as we start making our run to the state wrestling tournament. Sitting out, believe it or not, about a month, we're going to be sitting at a district wrestling tournament. There's a good job, a nice job, good movement by Jake again at the end of the period. Doing a good job in the bottom position. Just, you know, sometimes, I mean, I know Jake knows who this kid is. He saw this kid beat Chase last year. You know, could just sit on the bottom and take his medicine, but doing a good job of moving and scrambling in the bottom. There's a nice shot. Wow. Burge is really fast, and that is so frustrating. Uh-oh, Jake. Oh, we hesitated. After that shot, we hesitated with our chest on the mat, and Burge walked right into a chicken wing. And somebody this good is going to make something, he's going to make this happen. No hesitation, and like I said, steel sharpens steel. You are at this level, you cannot hesitate, and he is just cranking away. There's an escape. Good job by Jewell. Good job by Jake. Didn't give up. He's in on that single leg again. Now Burge is going to go to an inside cradle off of that single leg, and he's got that pretty tight. He's got that far shoulder. He's going to have a hard time getting the top shoulder turned down to the mat, maybe. So if Jake can get turned down here, if he can break this grip and get turned down, he'll get kind of a new start. Boy, we still got a minute left, almost a little less than a minute left in this period, and Burge just, he is something special. Wow. Jake Jewell is not going to give up a pin very often. And that's just a really tough wrestler there. That was fairly impressive. So a loss by fall for Jake Jewell. Not used to saying that. So we had team-wise, should be 16-0, I believe, right now. And now we got Nick Holt on the mat, and at 170, Nick Holt wrestling Andy Bigelow. Bigelow, a senior at 18 and 5. And what I'd like to see for Nick Holt is, you know, he's won all of his matches today. One of the awards that they do give out at the end of the day is that every weight class, the wrestlers with the best record do end up picking up an award. So this is, I'm gonna guess, we probably have 2 4-0 wrestlers going here, and Bigelow pulling Nick back on the mat. Nick, good scramble. I mean, Bigelow had that treetop to the ceiling, and now Nick's gonna turn it into a scramble. And should be able to keep the hips up, lock through the crotch, trying to slide around and get the leg hooked. But the referee's going to stalemate it and send him back to the middle. Good recovery there because Bigelow of Kasson had our leg treetop clear up to the ceiling, and Nick did a good job of battling out of that situation. Probably should have been a takedown there. Bigelow with the shot attempt off that Russian tie over on Nick's left side. Nick does a good job of kind of sensing what's coming at him. No points scored so far. We're down to about the last 30 seconds here in the first period. Like I said, I got to think this is kind of one of those battles for who's going to end up the day 5-0 at this weight class at 171. Although, now that I say that out loud, we had Nick up there at 182 several times here today, so that kind of changes things a little bit. So it'll be hard to kind of sort that out. However they do that, we've had our lineup bumping around a little bit there at those upper weights. So no points scored here in the first period. And Nick's going to get his choice, going to go in the down position. Tripod up and just get the escape. Good job. So 1-0. Nick's the first one to score. Close as these guys look, that could come into play later on. The first person to score. If we happen to go all the way through the 3 overtime periods, it comes down to the first guy that scored gets to make a choice of where he wants to go for the final 30-second Ride-'em Cowboy round. About 1:30 left in the second period. Nick Holt ahead 1-0. Boy, both guys, just not a ton of offense here up on their feet. Bigelow with that Russian tie on Nick's left arm again, trying to pull him down, does so. Pulls Nick down to the mat. Nick needs to get inside position here on the left side a little bit quicker. All right, here we go. We're getting down to 45 seconds or so left in this period. Getting to a point in time where we gotta see if Nick can pull something out of the back pocket. Haven't really gotten in. We got this tie-up going on all the time. Nick hasn't really gotten down in there, trying to get a hold of a leg yet, so this Russian tie is really slowing us down. Once again, as soon as we reach forward with our left arm, he's gonna grab hold of it, and kind of the same thing. Bigelow must like working out of this tie. I think Nick would rather be outside taking some shots. Getting down to the final 10 seconds here in this second period. Nick Holt ahead 1-0 in this match. And I think that's how it's going to wrap up. So that's the end of the second period. 1-0 score, Nick Holt. And we'll see what Nick can do here in the top position. Boy, that's exploding out of the camera view, exploding off the whistle. Bigelow didn't mess around in that situation. He got right out of there. All right, here's where Nick's got to start to open up just a little bit. It's all tied up 1-1. Seems like wrestler might be slowing down a little bit, but so we gotta try and take advantage. It's all these tie-ups. I don't know that Nick wants to be in this position, but it's kind of Kasson maybe forcing that action, forcing that tie-up. That's where now at this point in time, if he wants to come forward all the time, here's where we try to slip underneath that. There's a shot by Holt. Good job. Needs a circle right here. Circle and shoot him off. Get hustling. Get yourself in a circle. As you get pushed to the edge of the mat like this, you're gonna come back to the middle though. Boy, something to happen here. Just a lot of hand fighting and ear to ear and collar ties and Kasson just coming forward with the head down the whole time. I don't know if he's ever going to change levels. I had that one shot attempt early on, and that's been it. Down to about 30 seconds left now in this third period. They're all tied up 1-1. Nick's got to feel like he wants to be outside all this tie-up. I don't think he feels super comfortable. This guy coming at him and just kind of hanging on the head the whole time. Good shot. Kasson-Mantorville gets in and picks up 2. And that's not what we wanted to see. Boy, waited to the last few seconds. They go out of bounds and get a new start. So he pulls one out of the back pocket at the last few seconds on Nick Holt. And Holt with the stand up. But it's going to be a 3-1 loss. 3-1 loss by decision. That was just control wrestling by the wrestler from Kasson-Mantorville. So dual meet score now 19-0. 19-0, and this is another kind of a tough duel here because they've got some of their better wrestlers right where our better wrestlers are as well. There's a Russian tie, sweep down to the mat. Elliot Ryan giving up the 2-point takedown. And as I mentioned, some of their better wrestlers right pairing up with our better wrestlers. You got at 182 Aaron Burge. I don't know if that's a brother. I think it might be a brother to the 160 pounder. Aaron Burge, a senior, 18-6. So yeah, we aren't going to get we aren't going to get lucky here. We aren't going to get lucky here with where we have some kind of mismatches. It's going to be one after another. Kasson-Mantorville sending some pretty good kids out onto the mat. 2-0 score though right now for Elliot Ryan. Kasson-Mantorville pretty heavy with the wrist control and then tying up ankles as well. Every time Elliot even comes close to getting up off the mat, Burge seems to have an answer for it. So 19-0 dual meet score, and much as I hate to say it, it could go this direction. This could be a pattern here against a really solid team. There's a nice sit out by Elliot Ryan. Good job. Good sit out. Way to get your hips cleared up. Hit that again and bring a little hand control with it, and we'll get a little closer next time to picking up a reversal or picking up an escape. Getting down to the final 10 seconds now. 2-0 score. We're here at 182 pounds. It's Elliot Ryan on the mat for Independence, down 2-0. Elliot's going to go to that cradle. Might as well go for it. Try to pick up some points here. I want to get him out of bounds here, get a new start. See if we can stay in that top position as long as possible. Boy, if you saw that, Burge just skipped that line, just skipped right on down the line. Usually, a guy in that position will go ahead and let the momentum take him out of bounds, but he was skipping that line trying to stay inbounds. He was pretty sure he was going to get an escape on that. So Elliot's going to get a chance here, a new start at 182. Tries to come across with the crossface. He's get his hips back up again. Continues with that crossface, draping that leg up over top, leg draped in. He's going to give up the escape. Go out of bounds there. All right, both wrestlers on their feet. And you got Ryan down 3-0 to Aaron Burge, Kasson-Mantorville. As I mentioned, team out of Minnesota, and I guess we can safely say a pretty rock solid team coming in this dual meet. Boy, there's a head tap and in on the legs. So a pretty good takedown for Burge. Under a minute now. There's a let him up. So escape for Elliot Ryan. 5-1 score right now. Elliott trying to control that elbow and come forward. Good job. Now he's just way too stretched out. Needs to try and circle if he can. Circle and post up if he can. Burge is blocking that knee, trying to slide down. This is pretty good defense wrestling. You know, he's not going to Burge up in that top position. He's just patient. Waits to slide down, and as soon as Elliott couldn't stretch out and hang on any longer, Burge is able to come around behind for the score. Looks like we got some blood now. So we've got about 10 seconds left in the second period, and it's Aaron Burge leading Elliott Ryan right now, 7-1. So both teams here, Kasson-Mantorville and Independence, 4-0 on the day. Independence started the day off with a nice dual meet win over Clear Lake. Went into the second round against Osage and picked up a win there. Beat Humboldt later on in the third round. Fourth round, a win over Dike New Hartford. And here we are, the last round of the day here at the Osage Duels, wrestling Kasson-Mantorville. And as I mentioned, we got kind of strength on strength right now. Our best wrestlers are really kind of matching up with some of their best wrestlers, and as far as dual meet success goes, that's tough, especially if you're maybe a little bit on the losing end of that. And that's kind of where we are right now. Tough losses for Jake Jewell, Nick Holt, Elliott Ryan. 7-1 score. I'm not going to count him out yet, but right now, kind of getting controlled pretty well in that top position. So hopefully, maybe somewhere else in the lineup we can find a bright spot to get things moving forward again a little bit. Hopefully we'll send Matt McMillan out there next round and next match and see if we can light fire a little bit. All right, third period, Elliott Ryan in that top position. That's where he kind of likes to be. Trying to stop that first motion, but Burge pretty rock solid with that tripod. Elliott Ryan trying to climb up over top and get a leg in. And there we go, he's got the leg in. So I'll see if he can slow things down a little bit here. And good job of casting the hips over, good. Cast the hips over. He went across his throat, trying to reach across that far shoulder. That's the referee stopped it. There's a leg on the right-hand side for Elliott Ryan. Key thing is Burge was able to get hand control. Now Elliott's back in control. Good job. If anything, right now, just takes some wind out of his sails. Oh, he's up over top. Almost had that cradle. Got his head going the right direction. Wish he could have just touched hands there for a little bit, just to make life interesting. So with that escape, Burge goes ahead 8-1. So 7-point lead. Now he's got to be, I was going to say, careful on that side. That's the side he wants to go to. It's either going to be a Russian tie or drop down to a single leg and come around behind. Just paying attention to technique. One thing that Burge did a really good job of on that single leg is as soon as he got in on the leg, he immediately cut the corner, got his hips out to the outside, started racing around the leg to get out to the side and follow it around. There's Elliott back up to his feet. Good job of keeping the feet on the ground, not letting his opponent lift him. And we're getting down to the final 15 seconds or so in this third period. And it's a 10-1 score. Burge of Kasson-Mantorville over Elliott Ryan. And the final 3 seconds are going to tick away, and Elliot Ryan with the loss by major decision. 10-1, and the dual meet score now. Kasson-Mantorville picks up 4 more points, so 23-0. And the hard part of that is they're powering through probably the strength of our lineup with wins over Jewel and Holt and Ryan, and now we got Matt McMillan coming on the mat, and like I said, I'm hoping that Matt can help us catch fire here a little bit at 195 pounds. And he's wrestling Noah Ryan. Noah Ryan, a junior that's 21-2. They just don't really drop off. All their records, got some solid records on that team. A little attempt at a ankle pick by McMillan, and Ryan almost shoved him forward with the collar tie. Almost knocked McMillan off of his feet a little bit. All right, here's that Russian tie. We saw at 182. Burge can do a pretty good job, and I think he was able to pull that Russian tie down and stuck Matt's feet to the mat, and that almost let him get a takedown there at the edge. That would have been really close if we'd had a little more room. Both wrestlers kind of fell into the seats where the teams are sitting. There's a nice little shuck there by McMillan. Good job up top. Gonna reach forward with that collar tie. McMillan shows him I can bump that elbow, and who knows? Maybe get down to that leg, make some good things happen. Good little warning to his opponent that gotta be careful. McMillan, there you go, going forward again. Good job. It's those little things. Just start kind of chipping away, showing your opponent you can come at him. Get him on his heels just a little bit, so he knows that he can't just move forward right into you and do whatever comes to him. That's a good job, pushing him out of bounds, and they're going to go back to the middle. Getting down about 20 seconds left in this first period. No points scored so far. This is where Kasson's been pretty good here so far. They've had some of their better wrestlers pop off some points right at the end of a period, and see how that's going to work out here. There we go. No points scored. So it's 0-0 at the end of the first period. And McMillan's going to go ahead and go into the down position. And here we go, beginning of the second period. Get up to our feet. Good job. Hand control and an escape. So McMillan with the escape. He's going to get on the board first. There's a nice job by McMillan. Oh, I can see he's going to have to watch that. Watch where you're at. Going to have to watch his opponent's left arm. He's going to have to get that. That was a good shot. That was a pretty good shot. But McMillan didn't his opponent's left arm stayed up in defense, and that's what slowed Matt down. But that was a good attempt. So we got to try and battle through his opponent's left arm if we're going to go that route again for a possible takedown. Now I can see Ryan from Kasson-Mantorville is going to get heavy on the head here. He's trying to stick Matt's feet to the ground. There's a little shuck by Matt. Good job on that. Once again, I can see, coaches are saying, I can hear the coach saying he's going to really try and be heavy on Matt. Make those feet stick. Make him step. He's going to pull down hard, make Matt step forward, and he's going to look for that foot to come forward. Nice arm drag. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like I said, that all just kind of forces his opponent to maybe not quite be so willing to come forward. Keeps things tied up. There's a shot forward. Oh, we got our foot tied up on the mat a little bit. Got to be ready to circle back into that pressure. Kasson-Mantorville able to catch the ankles. Thought Matt was going to be able to kick out of that, but gives up the 2 right at the edge of the mat. Let's see if we can get one here. 35 seconds. Yes, that's one escape. Good job. All right, 2-1 score now after that takedown. Got to get Matt going forward now. Now it's time, it's his turn. About 20 seconds left in the second period. McMillan got that first escape. Ryan able to get the takedown at the just a bit ago. That's where Matt, when he pulls down on that arm, crashes that arm down, he's got to start thinking about going forward. Now Kasson's going to throw it by. Yep, he's going to grab that one-on-one tie. He's going to pull down on it, try to stick our feet to the mat and drop down. Ryan's going to go down the bottom position here at the start of the third period. Oh, Matt trying to get a tilt. Oh, lost his hips and gives up the reversal. And 4-2 score. New start back in the middle. Matt got that 2-on-1, and he went ahead and kind of lived on the edge a little bit. He was looking for a tilt, trying to rack up some back points here, which would have been huge. There, nice. That was okay. That was okay. Kind of telegraphing that move a little bit with his left arm. Pulled down on the head really well, but threw his arm back. Oh, there's a high crotch by Ryan. Let's see if Matt can get his hips, slide his hips. He needs to hook a leg. His left leg, he's got to try and hook his opponent's leg. Opponent's got him up over got the leg up over the head. That's going to make it really tough. For a moment there, I thought Matt could slide out of that, but there's a roll by Matt. Oh, should go right after him, out of bounds. There's an escape. 6-3 now. 6-4 with the escape. 6-4 with the escape. There's the arm drag. Six to 4 still. This is going to be close, right? One takedown ties it up. And we're down to about 30 seconds left in this match. They go out of bounds. It's really tough here on this front, this edge of the mat that's closest to us. It's hard to have offense over here because you got the benches right up against the edge of the mat. You got about 3 feet, 3-4 feet, and you're out of bounds sitting on the gym floor. There's a shot by McMillan. Oh, a whizzer by Ryan stops that motion. 17 seconds. This guy's go. Yeah, there we go. Outside single leg, good. Coming across the body. Oh, we loaded up for that low single leg shot. 8-4. So lost by decision, 8-4. And when you load up for that single leg, you kind of crouch down and was trying to get Ryan to step forward. Got to get him, maybe get on the head before we crouch to try and get one leg to step forward, get him heavy on one leg to get it just a little bit closer. Just a long, low shot like that, it's going to be awfully tough to do against a good opponent. So with the loss by decision, 27-0 right now, Kasson-Mantorville kind of having their way, and having their way with the most solid part of our lineup. So Lane McMartin on the mat right now at 220. And he's wrestling Brett Paulson. And Brett Paulson, a sophomore, 11-9 for Kasson-Mantorville. Boy, Lane, Lane has done a really good job with those drive double legs all day long. He's been in on a whole bunch of them in practice. He's gotta find a way to finish those things off against better opponents. It's gonna get there. He just needs to keep coming back to the well. Come back to the well a whole bunch in practice and then start putting it together out in the mats. He's going to continue to climb the mountain and get better if he stays working hard and stays positive with that part of his offense, because he's been in several times. Go back to the the Humboldt match where he bumped up to 285. Wrestled that 285-pounder that was much bigger than him. He started that match off with a drive double leg. And did the same thing. Did the same thing against Dyke New Hartford. Set that drive double up and got in those legs. Just keep coming back to it. Keep getting yourself in a position to come back to it. Oh, there's a headlock. Let's see. Where's he at? Oh, he slipped out of it. Got to use the edge. Got to know where that edge is to try and get out of bounds. 30 some seconds left. Slipped on that headlock. Probably is right idea. Head was up. Head was up. Might as well go for it. Needed to catch the arm just a little bit more solid. Get that arm trapped. That'll continue that motion over. Looks like you got about 20 seconds left, maybe, in this match. And this is, Lane's going to have to get better. Cannot get his hips down on the mat like this. That's where things slow down really fast. He does such a good job on his feet. It's this down position that's kind of his nemesis. Getting down on the mat and getting those hips on the mat. Wow. We got to watch that crossface. Can't really wind up from the outside like that. And it's going to get a new start, new life here. Just a 2-0 score. Got to defer to Independence, and yeah, coaches are going to put him up on his feet. This is his strongest place right now. He needs to keep getting better up on his feet. 2-0 score. McMartin behind right now at 220. He's wrestling Brett Paulson, a sophomore, 11-9 record. Just pummel in. He's got that right arm outside. Got the right arm outside. He needs to pummel in. Got to be kind of some urgency. Pummeling in and maintaining inside position. It's a good job. We'll take it. Oh, but can't get stretched out and slow down once we hit the mat. I like it that he's taking shots. Now, Paulson comes across and he's got the barbed wire going, and I don't know, that's going to be tough. Yep. That wasn't going our direction. So now we're at 33-0. With McMartin losing by fall in that match. I'm going to come back to those double legs. Lane's going to be able to get those drive doubles if he keeps at it. He's getting close enough into those guys. He's just gotta keep going to that pummel hard, wrestle hard, and keep coming back to those drive doubles. So we're going to give up a forfeit here at 285. Drew Evans, he got hurt a little bit there against Dyke New Hartford in his heavyweight match. So we give up a forfeit, 39-0 now. And hate to see the score get out of control like this, but boy, that's where we're going. 106, we have a forfeit. We've been giving that up all day, a forfeit there. 45-0. This is kind of one of those come down to earth dual meets when you go up against just a really, really solid opponent. So now we're at 113 pounds. We're going to have Jarrett Orr step on the mat for Independence. He's wrestling a sophomore, Jared Johnson. Jared Johnson, 16-8 on the season. I should do a better job of announcing the records of our Independence wrestlers, but as I try to flip through the program, I always lose track of the wrestling, and next thing I don't know what the score is. Jared Orr, 13-5 right now on the season. So records-wise, we got a couple evenly matched guys. See if Jarrett can get us on the board here. Got the front headlock. Oh, almost. Johnson almost slipped out of it from underneath with the little arm drag from underneath there. Oh, there's a shot by Johnson, and he's in on the legs. 2-point takedown, so Jared Orr gives up that first takedown. About 45 seconds left in this first period here. And our track wrestling looks like the official track is a little bit behind right now. I'm not sure where they're at. Looks like they almost just turned it on. So a 2-0 score. Jared Orr behind 2-0, and oh, I hate to see him pulling on that shoulder. That's the wrong shoulder. You got Jarrett with that shoulder brace on. We don't want to be working that arm. Getting close to the end of the first period now. And first period runs out. So Jared Orr behind 2-0 at the end of the first period. He's going to defer. And Johnson. Kasson-Mantorville is going to go in the down position. See what Jarrett can do in the top. Boy, Kasson does a good job off the whistle. Oh, we got in that scramble, lost our hips. Hips dropped to the side, went belly down, and Kasson able to pick up a fairly easy reversal there. There's our, had a pretty good sit out going there, but we did not control the hand. Got to get some hand control. Now we're going to be fighting off a cradle. And I think we're just kind of going to sit over top of the kid's arm, so I don't think it'll be a fall, but it will be 3 more back points, so 5-0 now. No, 7-0, 7-0. It was a reversal, then 3 more back points, 7-0. Johnson on top of Orr here. I was hoping Orr could maybe get things going for Independence, but boy, here's another cradle he's going to have to fight off of, and this is a little bit tighter. If Johnson adjusts, it's going to get interesting. Yeah, they're able to put it down on the mat, so Jarrett Orr lost by fall. And 51-0. Things are definitely not going our direction here. Started this dual meet at 145. So now we got at 120 pounds Brady Laum, a junior for Kasson-Mantorville, coming out against Colin Fischels. And Laum able to pick up the first takedown. Boy, first takedowns, we haven't gotten very many of those so far. Colin Fischels 4-14, but he's had, I believe, 3 wins here today. So Colin's done a nice job for Independence so far today. Right now, just this is kind of being overpowered a little bit. All the way around, watch that stack. Boy, Colin got balled up the wrong direction, and it's one thing to bring the hips over the head, but when you become the letter U on the way over, that's not so fun. Glad the referee stopped that when he did. Still a 2-0 score here at 120 pounds. Didn't get a chance to see the dual meet scores over the course of the day as I was running equipment back and forth between the gym, but boy, I'd love to see Kasson-Mantorville what their scores have been over the course of the day. They're an impressive team. Watching them here against Independence. Colin Fischels behind 2-0. Now his opponent gets to an inside cradle. And Colin's trying to hang onto a leg to defend, but well, now giving up some back points. Getting down to the end of the period here. Almost gave up the fall there a little bit ago, but was able to stay off his back and gets back down to his belly. Good job. 3 more back points. And it's a 5-0 score going into the second period. Fischel's going to start in the top position. Switch by Lob. And gets the reversal, goes right into a 2-on-1 tilt. Fischels rolls through it. So 7-0 now with that. Get that reversal. Got the dual meet score at, I've got it at 51-0. I see Track Wrestling has it at only. If Colin can't get turned back down, this is going to be awfully tough because we got Arms trapped pretty hard there. It's going to lay right to his back if there's just no way. I got 57-0 right now. Boy, tough dual meet for Independence. My math must be off just a little bit somewhere along the way. So, in the long run, probably not going to matter too much. Here we go. We got now at 126. Jacob Wolf out there on the mat for Independence, and he's wrestling Keaton Shore. Keaton Shore, a junior, 19-4 record. Or is that? Oh, that's not Jacob Wolf. That's Keaton Stoner out there. And I know on the official track cast, they've got Blake Schomer on the mat, and I know Blake's not here today. So Keaton Stoner on the mat for Independence, wrestling Keaton Shore. The battle of Keatons on the mat right now. Right now, Keaton Shore ahead 2-0 over Stoner of Independence. So Stoner fighting out of this tilt attempt by his opponent, Shore. Nothing happening so far. Now we got a bar arm across the back, so Keaton's just gonna have to try and base up. Oh, tried to roll through it. Try to continue that momentum through, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get there. Oh, went over the head and stopped all that motion, so a loss by fall. Keaton Stoner. Boy, we're up in the 60s now. 63-0 is what I have. I don't know why I don't have the correct dual meet score. Okay, we'll try to catch up to that later. We got Tanner Erickson Dale now on the mat for Independence. We're up at 132. Just two matches left in this dual meet, 32 and 38. And Erickson Dale wrestling Garrison Shore. Like these brothers. Got the Bird brothers, or Garson. Oh, Garrison Shore. Got some Shore brothers on the team from Minnesota. We've got some Bird brothers, it looks like. So I know University of Iowa Wrestling back in the day, they were all about brothers. Getting some brothers in there scrapping and making each other better. Best example, Tom and Terry Brands. Back at that time frame, they had a lot of brothers pairing up in that wrestling room. Still tied up 0-0. And this Garrison Shore is a freshman with a 13-7 record. Tanner Erickson Dale, a junior, doing a good job this year so far. I really think he's made some improvements from last year. I think he stays in a little bit better position. I'm not sure if he's a little bit stronger this year. It's either a It's either a strength thing or just staying in better position. He's 18-10 on the season. I've always felt that once you crack over that 20 wins on a season, which I believe he's done today with the matches he's wrestled, that's a good milestone. That's a solid wrestler that can pick up those 20 wins. Might be skewed a little bit in my thinking because they wrestle so many matches nowadays, but maybe I need to bump it up to 25. But I got to think Tanner's going to be close to 25 wins even by the end of the season, and that's like I said, that's a solid season and a solid wrestler. Definitely not a weak link in the lineup for sure. Tanner tried that little high crotch there. He's got to watch his left leg. Stepping up with your knee next to your elbow like that is not going to be a good thing. Went out of bounds. If you notice when he was kind of fighting out of that position, big step forward with his left leg and put his knee next to his head, and that's never going to be a good thing. All right, into the first period, all tied up 0-0. We've had a lot of those matches. A lot of close matches here, and then things seem to drift away as the matches are going on. See what Tanner can do in the top position here. So Tanner Erickson-Dale still in control here in the top position. Good job dropping down to a leg. Still in control here in the top position. Minute 30 left. Drop down that leg again. He's not going to give it up. That's a good thing. Cover the hips. Good job as they go out of bounds, or maybe not. You know, Kasson, they've shown a couple times now that edge. They use it a little bit differently than a lot of teams. A lot of times the guy in the defensive position, in that down position, a lot of times they're maybe a little more willing to just roll with the momentum out of bounds. Now Tanner's got to be careful. Yeah, kick 180, just spin right around, spin right, let go of his arm. Tanner was hanging on that arm. He needed to just pivot, do a 180 on his chest, and spin around and get control of that again. But we're going to lose that escape. So we're down 1-0 to Shore. We can't take a shot when he's got inside control on us. Tanner was looking for like a high crotch, reaching down to that leg, but his opponent had an underhook on that side. That was definitely not going to go anywhere. So he's got to make sure he has inside position if he's going to shoot down to that leg. So 1-0 score. There's a shot by Shore out of bounds, and boy, that was close. Can't move the camera fast enough. Tanner did a good job of fighting that one off. Final seconds here in this second period. And we gave up the escape. Gotta keep your head up. Gave up the escape. It's Tanner's choice now. He's gonna go down. I was mentioning technique at the edge of the mat. A lot of teams in that, like I said, defensive position, in the down position on the edge of the mat, a lot of times you just kind of let the momentum take out of bounds. But I've seen several Kasson-Mantorville wrestlers on the edge. They actually kind of plant their feet at the edge. I think they're assuming that maybe that top wrestler is going to go ahead and let up a little bit, and you know, a lot of times that is going to be the case. And top wrestler lets up, and next thing you know, you're popping your hips and squaring up with him and picking up an escape. So Tanner Erickson-Dale, there's that left leg sitting up by your ear. Got to be careful with that. Got to build the base from this position. Knee out to the side, push back over it. I know to those that wrestle know what that means. There's a sit out. Here we go. Hand control and go. Went the wrong direction. Got to get back to that sit out position. We had an opportunity there. We're going to get called for stalling, huh? Not sure I agree with that. There's a hook shot on the left. Sat. Oh, we got 2 back points on that. So we hit that sit out. You got about 1,000, 1,002, and you got to be hitting motion on that. Now we're in a chicken wing over on that left-hand side, and we've given up the wrist. We got to get that wrist freed up. If he's able to walk it over with that wrist, good job. Way to base up. Continue basing up. Getting down to the end of the 3rd period here. Kasson-Mantorville, I believe that 3-0 score is how that's going to wrap up. Ahead 1-0. Tanner went down in that 3rd period, not able to score, so a loss by decision. 3-0. I've got 66-0, but like I said, I know I'm 1 point off, and my mathematical brain is too tired at the end of the day to figure it out. I believe it's actually 65-0. I'll just go ahead and admit that I probably got a mistake going there. All right, well, here's our last chance to try to not have a goose egg. Drew Davis on the mat here at 138, and he's wrestling Isaac Heyman, a junior, 15-7. Tell you what, some of these guys with 15-7, 13-7, 16-8, 16-8 records, they're pretty solid wrestlers. Here we go, Drew Davis in that front headlock situation. Nope. Gonna roll it bounds. Ooh, that would have been a Peterson roll there for Kasson. I'm glad we were at the edge of the mat because that could have been a 5-point move against us if that had happened in the middle. There's a snap down. Good job by Davis. Got to watch. Opponent has pretty good control of our elbow. So yeah. Oh, very good. Nice. Settle in on this top position now. I thought the opponent had such control of the elbow that a softball throw is what we call that, a shuck, whatever you want to call it. Oh, Davis now has a power half with the leg in. If he's careful with this, he might get some back points out of this. Going the right direction. Oh, lost the arm. Well, he caught it as a bar arm now. Oh, yep, got underneath of it. Oh, and bloody nose as well for the Kasson opponent. Nice job there by Drew Davis. That softball throw from that front headlock position. Throw by. Thought Kasson-Mantorville had our elbow tight enough that we weren't going to get by with that, but he went ahead and went for it anyway, and was able to get the 2-point takedown. So, boy, that might be the. Which I hate to say it, that might be one of the first matches we've had the first takedown. We're sitting here at 65-0 right now, and I knew this was going to be a really, really tough dual meet, but wasn't quite expecting this. All right, we're back at it here. 35 seconds left in the first period. Drew Davis on top 2-0. He's got a 2-on-1 tilt. Gonna try and load those hips up. Coming close to back points. He's gonna hopefully by the end of the period get those things, get a couple back points locked up. Getting down to the final 10 seconds or so. Good job with the legs. Good control of the hips there. Power half. Wow. Awesome. Nice power half. right there at the end of the period. So he's going to be able to come back to that. I think that opportunity is going to open up. So here we go, both wrestlers up on their feet here in the second period. Head tap, and there's that across the body single leg a lot of our guys like to go to. Watch the pancake, watch the pancake. Don't go body to body with him. Don't you dare go body to body. Now his opponent's going to go and drag underneath. Yep, drug underneath. It was a kind of a throw or be thrown situation there a little bit, and the Kasson-Mantorville wrestler went ahead and did a kind of an arm drag underneath and came out with 2 points. So we got a 3-2 score right now. Davis with the escape. Head up, don't get in this. Be strong here, push his head away. Needs to reach up, push the head away, control the head. Square up with him. Yeah, there you go. That's a good choice by Drew. Reach back and control that ankle if you can. Or get on his head, push his head away. Gotta be careful. Getting that seatbelt position that Drew was in, and sometimes you get a funky wrestler and he'll come up and start with the throws and come across some pancake. There's a shot by Drew Davis. Good job, double leg. Good inside trip. He's going to try and boost him over, and that's what happens. Oh, double leg up over top of our head and spladled him over. And that's a loss by fall. And 71-0. That's not going to happen very often. 71-0. Boy. Tough team for sure. I guess that's why we come up to this tournament. Steel sharpens steel, that's what I say. We gotta recognize, got some tough wrestling, and we're gonna get better on that.